today's society, people derive their own thoughts about the information that they hear and find on the social media, news, and the internet. These ideas often influence other citizens around them to believe that the same thing by just simply sharing a video on social media or a social media post instead of thinking it through with the pure and proven research facts. The ideas behind genetically modified organisms, GMOs, have grown to be portrayed by the media as destructive to one's health and horrible for the environment, but in reality, the facts prove otherwise. Genetically modified organisms are defined as genes extracted from one specific species DNA that are then artificially forced into the genes of one another. Essentially, the main goal in any given industry is to make a profit with their products and or processing techniques by modifying them. When it comes to GMOs, people tend to argue that you are abusing the ability to take over the original organic first generation of the product. However, agriculturists know that modifying products, but especially food products, will eventually save the world. Some countries now are in extreme drought that are starving in such places such as Sudan, Mexico, China, Africa. By sharing our knowledge with these suffering countries, we can teach them the benefits of scientifically engineering products so that they are able to produce more for better health and nutrition. The reason for modifying organisms is to increase the productivity of a hungry world and foodstuffs such as grain, eggs, milk, and meat in order to feed the hungry world, which are starving now. The Institute for Responsible Technology explains the depth that GMOs actually go into, including oils from all flour, soy protein, soy lectin, cornstarch, corn syrup, and high fructose corn syrup, among others. So if you think about it, almost everything which is used in our everyday lives is modified in one way or the other. For instance, if you want your grass to grow greener, you have to fertilize your yard and then add more water in order for the grass to be greener. And without these two key ingredients, your grass will not be green. The idea of GMOs is to take an animal or crop and increase its current production abilities, such as with grass and fertilizer. This not only helps the producers produce more of their products, but gives consumers more of the product they are wanting. Economically, the more supply we have of a product will lead to a higher demand in that product. As a result, both consumers and producers benefit. According to the article, The Facts About GMOs, the American Medical Association agrees that genetically modified food ingredients are safe and there are no negative health effects associated with their use. Along with the U.S. Food and Drug Administration and the U.S. Departments of Agriculture, they also agree with GMOs being safe. The article also states that 70 to 80% of the foods that we eat in our country, in the United States, both at home and away from home, contain ingredients that have been genetically modified. With that being said, most people are not even aware of the fact that what they are eating and the products they are consuming are being genetically modified. As far as making products more affordable, the article also states ingredients grown using genetically modified technology require fewer pesticides, less water, and keep production costs down. In relation to that, regardless of what any industry attempts to do or create, there will always be a wrong in someone else's eyes. However, with any wrong, there is a right that exists within the boundaries that people are afraid to open their eyes to and steer away from because of their need to feel comfortable in any routine. The views on these genetically modified organisms consist of the fact that they are toxic to anyone who consumes them. These people also believe that the products which are modified are not only hurting the health of the general population, but also tampering with the conservation and positive world renewal. Companies which have been putting the label in saying that they do not use GMOs in their product are becoming more popular than those which do not have the label. The people who believe in that GMOs are hurtful and more willing to buy a product that states it does not use GMOs are more hurtful than willing to buy that product instead of the actual fact in front of them that everything in that box of cereal is genetically modified in some form or fashion. In conclusion, there are multiple opposing views to the utilization of GMOs. It has been proven that they are safe, economically beneficial, and growing products at a steady rate for both producers and consumers to benefit. All in all, there will be pros and cons, and any firms to attempt to grow their product or procedures, but it is up to us to make the public aware of the factual evidence that they are blinded due to their unwillingness to step out of their comfort zone and realize the benefits that come with GMOs. Scientists tell us that unless we use more and more modified products, the world, ourselves included, will someday reach total starvation point without action. The Newsweek article states that the United Nations and experts say that production will have to double by 2050, at which point the world population is expected to have grown from 7 billion today to well beyond 9 million. Change leads to progress, and without changing the negative mindset that people have, we will not continue to progress nationally or worldwide at all.